Welcome to the Leslie Hawkins podcast. Each week, my guest and I discuss one pivotal moment in their life, what they learned from it, and their words of wisdom. Hockey was never just a game for our guest. It was in his blood. Growing up, he had one dream, to one day be the voice of Hockey Night in Canada. But life had a different play in mind. He found himself in sales, comfortable but restless, knowing he wanted something different. Then an unlikely opportunity appeared to buy a bankrupt hockey stick manufacturer. And despite not having any experience in manufacturing, something in him said yes. Through creativity, hard work, and the kind of relationship building that never goes out of style, he has built a business that has taken him right back to the heart of the game he always loved. Welcome to the Leslie Hawkins podcast. I am so glad that you are joining us here today. Today's guest is Aaron Logan from the Logan Sports Group. So welcome. Glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me this morning.
It's awesome. So this podcast is all based on one question, which is, what is one pivotal moment in your life? And the reason that is the question is, first of all, we all have multiple pivots, right? The good pivots and the not so great pivots, some that we control and some that we don't. And what I've learned over the years is not only everybody having these pivotal moments, but that there is community within sharing some of these pivotal moments. And having had lots in my lifetime, thought it would be a great opportunity to share stories, share community, and also introduce people to amazing people like yourself and the work that you're doing. So we are going to have a conversation about pivotal moments today.
Excellent. I love it.
So awesome. So first of all, glad that you're here. Thank you for taking the time. But let me jump right into what is one pivotal moment in your life.
I think that for me, 2005. It's a great year.
Yes.
Just had our first baby boy in December 2004, and then decided to just change it up, career-wise.
Okay.
Went from a great career in the golf world to starting a business, buying a business out of bankruptcy and thinking, what can we do to change it from the reasons that it went bankrupt,
right,
to giving something new as a product line. And I didn't have any background in manufacturing. I had some sales background. That's where my strength came from. But it was really a time to grab this new product and think, this will work.
Okay.
And it doesn't just work because you want it to work.
No.
You have to make it work. And it took a little while. Getting teams on board, getting leagues on board. I took a hockey stick factory that was making on-ice hockey sticks and decided to make promotional hockey sticks, full size, branded for either an event or for a team. And these items would then be used to be autographed by the players. If it was maybe a celebrity golf tournament, because those were a big part of our first year, or teams where they could use a hockey stick to give out in the community instead of maybe giving out jerseys or other signed items.
Right.
And started making the phone calls. But, then we also had a NHL stoppage that year too. So, there was a lot of things going on that I wasn't quite thinking. It was just like jump right in and start this business that I thought would take right off with a newborn at home. And,
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Okay. So why hockey and why that moment?
Yeah, I grew up in Sudbury, Ontario, just outside of Sudbury. Hockey was my passion. As a child, I wasn't a great player, but I loved the game. My dad was a coach, followed him around the arena all the time, got to see all these, these players growing up in my community that would go on to NHL status or OHL. So it was always something that I loved. I loved, reading the back of hockey cards, loved collecting them, reading magazines, newspapers. I can remember coming home from school, maybe grade 4, grade 5, whatever it was. And the first thing I would do is open the sports section and read the box scores from the night before.
There you go.
That was my comprehension. And, my teachers would always give my parents, little notes like, hey, your son doesn't read the book that we've assigned in class, but he keeps on reading biographies about Guy Lafleur and Daryl Sittler.
Why wouldn't
And my
you?
mom would be like, well, he's reading.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Right.
You know, and it was just hockey all the time. It was on my mind. So that was something that was kind of put into me early on. I wanted to become somewhat associated with hockey, and it's never left.
Okay. But you were already in the sports world. You were in the golf world.
Yeah.
Why that moment of, I'm going to do a hard pivot? And also tied to that, why would you pick up a company that was bankrupt?
Great questions.
Great questions.
I think that for me anyways, I'd went to school for broadcast journalism to become a radio play-by-play or TV play-by-play. That's what I wanted.
Totally.
I wanted to do hockey on Hockey Night in Canada. That was my dream. And, you know, early on, I was able to do that with the London Knights and the Sudbury Wolves and the OHL and had some success. But I was young and it was hard to get interviews where people would take you serious when you're 21, 22, 23 years old. And they kept on saying, you know, you're doing fine. Just bide your time. Well, I wanted my time then.
Right.
And I went back to school for sports administration.
Okay.
Came out of that and got a job in the golf world in sales and loved it. Spent 4 years really just, you know, working with a team of people that were all motivated on the same kind of basis. We had a great company around us that supported us. And then it became kind of year 4 where changes are happening. You know, you've been successful.
Right.
What's next?
Yes.
And this opportunity to buy this company really came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And it was a decision to buy it and just make it different.
Okay.
And there wasn't a lot of thought into it. I really wish there was. I wish there was a better story, but it was like, hey, I like this. I can do this.
Yes.
Let's do it now.
Okay.
And everybody around me was like, what are you doing?
Are
like,
you
why?
kidding me?
Why now?
Yeah.
You have enough other stuff going on. You have, you know, a new family. Why are you jumping into this? And it just felt right. I felt like I had the sales skills. I felt confident in myself that it was the time to do it.
Okay. And so you loved it because it was hockey.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling that you're like a turnaround king. Like you know how to get in and figure things out. You're quite creative. Is that about right?
Yeah. So I would say the first couple of weeks in the factory, brought back all the staff.
Okay.
And I realized very quickly that, you know, mechanically I'm limited. Everything was breaking down daily and we were hiring, you know, electricians or, you know, people to fix machines. And I was at a loss and I was like, you know what? This is the hard part. It's the learning all the materials that go into building a hockey stick. It's not just going out and selling it. I was having no problem. I was reaching out to organizations and teams and they were like, hey, we like the idea. Sure, we'll try it. But the problem was getting the sticks to the customer.
Okay.
So that was the first full year of operation was a lot of sawdust in the ears at night, you know, standing in the shower, kind of going, what am I doing? And then it was time to pivot then too, you know? So we went from having this factory operating it here in Newmarket to shuttering it and having somebody that was a really good hockey stick maker make it for me. So I switched manufacturing.
Nice.
And that's where it really took off.
Okay.
Because we change it up and all of a sudden the sticks are better, the client's happy, and we're getting more sales.
Okay.
And that's me able to do that.
So for all the times watching hockey games, and they have the 3 stars come out and then they fling a stick out, that's your sticks.
Those are our sticks.
So
and
I always thought it was actually like sticks that they played with that game, but not.
You know, starting in 2007, the Anaheim Ducks, they were buying sticks to use in their community, just a branded Anaheim Ducks stick. And there was a woman in community relations who I was chatting with, and I said, wouldn't it be great if you do it, you know, for end of the game, player autograph stick and you give it to a fan? She's like, I love that idea.
Yeah.
And they started doing it. Very quickly, they had an incident where a stick was being handed to a fan. Another fan reached over, grabbed it, and it started a fist fight in the crowd on TV on ESPN.
Oh, great.
So it led the newscast in America the next day. And I was like, well, there's the end of that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was actually more teams saw that and went, hey, it's a great idea.
Yes.
Obviously, we don't want the fights, but how do we get that product?
Okay.
So they started calling, and I'd say throughout, you know, the mid 2000s, you know, we had 20, 22 teams all giving out those wood sticks.
That's amazing.
And all those souvenirs. You think about it, it's a low cost, high perceived value item. So those fans get to go home with this cherished keepsake for the rest of their lives.
Which is incredible. Yeah. Right? Yeah. It's so tied to a memory.
It is.
So it's one thing to buy the company, then to find the right manufacturer. But like, how do you get in the doors of these NHL teams?
It's my favorite part.
Okay.
It's maybe this is a trade secret, but I like having 10 people in every team, 10 people in different departments.
Oh.
In the pro sports world, there's a lot of turnover every year. People come, people go. But if you've got enough departments and you're selling them enough different ideas, then they're going to keep buying you. They're going to keep calling you. And I have a hockey puck for a business card. Nobody throws away a hockey puck.
No.
So I was recently in Columbus right for the end of the season. And there's somebody that's been with the Columbus Blue Jackets for about 16 years. And she still has my puck sitting on her ledge in her window.
So
good. And it's about being remembered and, having the knowledge of working with so many different teams that I can give them a little bit of information too. Like, hey, this team's doing this, or this area over there is trying sticks for the birthday. They're doing a birthday promotion where buy 12 tickets and get a autographed stick.
So good.
So there's different opportunities that have come up from just being deeper in a team than just one person. Okay. But it really is, it's cold calling. It's using your contacts to just try to get more people and going to games. I like to try to get to 40 or 50 games a year in, 15 or 20 different cities.
Okay.
To just shake hands, get to know them. I do believe in old time sales.
Yes. Okay. And so when you started moving to the new manufacturer, quality of the product went up. But where does the NHL lockout come into play to help your business?
It actually worked out good because, teams were looking for a way to make peace with the fans again. I remember Edmonton saying to me at the time, we would usually buy 300 hockey jerseys, but the cost is $80 to $100 per jersey.
Yes.
We can now buy 1,000 wood sticks for the same budget.
Right.
And we can get all that goodwill out into the province of Alberta. And it was bringing fans back to the arenas and giving them kind of hope and kind of that, ability to come back to a team after something that hurts them.
Yeah. It's like an olive branch.
It is. It is. So the wood sticks really worked out well that way.
Okay.
And to this day, I'll still, go into restaurants, people will show me that they have team signed sticks from 15, 20 years ago.
So good.
And it's so cool to see that, that product's been kept as a keepsake.
So your business is now, like, I just did the math, 21 years old. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. We didn't know what it would last. When we first started selling, it was just kind of, what's it going to be?
Right.
And now, you get around the league and you've got relationships that you've seen for a long time, and sports bars that have a stick hanging on the wall, and you're like, hey, that's mine.
Right.
It's got my name on it, and it's a proud part that I always feel that it's very proud to be part of the game a little bit. Just that quiet behind the scenes that a product that I've tried so hard to bring to fruition is still being appreciated all across North America and Europe.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we're moving across the pond.
Yes.
That's amazing. So I keep getting stuck on, it's one thing to have the idea, then it's another thing to execute it, and then to continue to evolve. Because part of your success has to be that it wasn't just wooden hockey sticks. Not that that's a small amount of your business, but you've since expanded. Yeah,
we had to grow.
Yeah.
I always like to say the one person who gave me the motivation was a Hockey Hall of Famer, Marcel Dion. One time I sold him some sticks that had his Hall of Fame career stats on it. And he said to me, what else do you do? I go, what do you mean, what else do I do? We do these really well. And he goes, you got to sell more. You got to get more.
Oh.
You got to be different. And I was like, okay, all right. So then I get a phone call from somebody with the NHL, and they're like, we're looking for a silver stick. I said, well, we can paint any color stick you want. And he's like, no, I want a silver, made out of metal.
Ooh.
And I was like, yep, we can do that. So we started kind of evolving into more of the milestone business.
Okay.
And, there'd been other people, over the years that had provided subpar quality, maybe, just wasn't quite, to the level that now I think we do it. And we kind of really took that and kind of grew with it, So now when a player hits 1,000 games, 500 goals, 1,000 points, they receive one of our milestone sticks. And there's a lot of work that goes into that. There's about 40 hours of machining, fabrication, polishing, engraving that all goes into those sticks. And what a lot of people don't know is every one of the silver sticks that's given out, every one of the gold sticks is a one-off. It is exactly to the player's specifications.
Really?
So when a player gets it in their hands, they look down, they always go, whoa, that's my stick.
That's incredible.
It's big because it's the tool of their trade. And to reach at that, biggest milestone, there's been just over 425 players in the history of the game hit 1,000 games. I'd like to think we've done over 200 of those players with silver sticks and counting. Now we're getting about 15 to 22 players per year that reach the 1,000 game.
That's incredible. The idea that it is truly customized to them, though, like that's next level personalization, customization, which is really does set you apart.
It's exciting. There's a whole different level of excitement that goes along with these ceremonies. Our wood sticks, great. They're delivered at the start of the year. They're delivered in bulk. They sit in a warehouse. They're used throughout the year during team signings. And then they're given out in the community. We don't really see them again.
Okay.
Where the silver sticks and the gold sticks and these trophies that we make that are one-off, we see it because they do these ceremonies in front of fans.
Yes.
They do it in front of all 18, 19,000 fans. And now you're starting to, I love being in the crowd and you hear people behind you. A father will say to his daughter, that's a silver stick. They're getting it because it's 1,000 games.
Yes.
So people are starting to really recognize
it.
Fans know the game.
Yes.
They love their players. They love to support their team. So when there's a milestone, they get to feel like they're part of it. And that's what teams are really starting to take advantage of. They're really starting to, put in a lot more effort to have these ceremonies become more and more special. Families are brought in, video tributes are done. Everything is meant for that night to be all about that player.
Which is incredible.
And it's different because most players don't like the individual attention, but after that many years and that many games, all of a sudden it becomes, a big personal thing.
Yes.
There's players that have never won a Stanley Cup, but they've got to 1,000 games. That silver stick is it's a prominent piece in their trophy room.
So the silver stick versus the gold stick.
So gold stick is 500 goals.
Okay.
It's 1,000 points. And then it can also be, career milestones with a specific team.
Yeah.
Daryl Sittler this past year was honored for his 50th anniversary of his 10-point night.
Yes.
The Maple Leafs present him with a gold stick. And when we say silver and gold, it's silver stick is made out of stainless steel, polished to a silver-like finish, mirror-like finish. And for gold, it's made out of bronze.
Yes.
And again, polished to that mirror finish and lots of nice engraving.
That's amazing. Because you're talking about names like Daryl Sittler that are so beloved in this market. And for you to have a part in those celebrations is incredible. Like you must be every once in a while pinching yourself going, this is kind of cool. I'm talking about Daryl Sittler. I'm doing something just for him.
There's a lot of nights where I'll be sitting in a press box at 9:45, third period, and I'll look down at the ice and go, this is exactly where you wanted to be.
Yes.
Don't forget that. There's that little boy that read hockey card backs and sitting in front of my closet as a kid is still that guy. But I get to do it now for a living. So
that's incredible.
I always feel like it's not full circle because I still got a lot more to give, but it's at that point where I'm really enjoying it.
Okay. And so what part of what makes your business unique is that you continue to evolve, you continue to create, you continue to find different avenues. So what's the next big thing? You did mention Europe.
Yeah, no, we've done a couple sticks now in Sweden.
Okay.
The Swedish Hockey League. There's there's a lot of leagues out there that are starting to take notice. They've got former NHLers going back to play in them.
Totally.
And they're bringing these, unique things that North America has been doing back overseas. So I see that in the next 2 or 3 years, we're going to have a lot more milestones being recognized in Europe.
Great.
Because that's not something traditionally they've done.
No.
And also the wood sticks is going to be something that, 4 or 5 Swedish Hockey League teams, Finnish Elite League teams will have this next season.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah. World domination here.
World domination. Hockey is a small world.
It is.
I've been very fortunate over the years to be involved in a lot of like world championship, world junior championships. So I've got to meet a lot of people from different federations, and they're all great people, and they all love the idea of making their leagues better.
Yes.
And it's trying new things for them at the same time as me, selling them on this idea that works here in North America.
So there's the wood sticks, there's the silver and gold sticks. Is there other expansion that you're looking to get into?
Yeah, I mean, we also do trophies, like little milestone gifting, puck and boxes. We do one-off microphones for retiring broadcasters. Joe Bowen, the voice of the Maple Leafs, he was honored this year for his final season, and we presented him with the Maple Leafs presented him with one of our creations. Sam Rosen with the New York Rangers, a 40-year broadcaster. Baseball is also one of those things. Major League Baseball, they buy these things from us as well.
Okay.
So we're not restricted on just being a hockey company.
No.
And going back when we first started in 2005, we were the Heritage Stick Company. But now being Logan Sports Group, we can work with all these other leagues, all this, entertainment, corporate, whatever it is that is looking to recognize somebody for, what they've done.
Yes.
They reach out.
That's amazing. Every sports league has got something to celebrate.
They do.
Whether it's a player or it's a team or it's a milestone or it's a broadcaster, whoever it is, there's endless opportunities.
Correct.
Okay. So that's a good thing.
That's
a good sign
exciting
for business.
Yeah, that's the exciting thing is that I can honestly, as a sports fan, wake up in the morning and go attack something new.
Right.
And we have now the background and we've got the history that we can showcase our products to all these leagues. The PGA Tour, the Valspar Invitational, they bought a golden putter for one of their board of directors who's, influential in that area. And, there's other leagues that constantly looking at us. The UFC has reached out and said, hey, we want to create something for, our retired fighters that we want to induct into our Hall of Fame. Sure, no problem. The CPL, the Canadian Professional Soccer League, all these leagues now are going, hey, we need to honor milestones and teams and individuals at a different level because it's expected.
Right.
But it's not only expected, we want to add that value to our fans and to our employees and athletes.
Right.
So we're getting more and more of kind of the one-offs or the new stuff.
Yes. That's amazing.
So I sometimes target, Wimbledon this year is going to have some pretty cool milestones that is being reached as a tennis facility and also as a tennis championship.
Right.
So there's been some emails back and forth with them to create something. And it's like Wimbledon. This is outside of Newmarket. This is
incredible.
And trust me, it's never lost on me just North America. The teams we're honored to work with. But as it starts getting into other countries, because we do quality work. Nothing leaves our facility without it being something we would want to receive ourselves.
Right.
We don't just make it and send it. We're not an off-the-shelf trophy company.
No.
We are a one-off, pure milestone.
Yeah.
Come to us and we'll make you something really unique.
Fully curated and personalized. Okay, so if you need somebody to head to Wimbledon and deliver something, I'll seriously put my hand up because I'm tired of putting my name in the draw all the time to try and get tickets. Yeah, it's a good call.
I had a great tour in early March, and it's looking great.
So good. I'm so jealous. That's incredible.
It's actually a place you can go just for the tour.
Yes.
And be excited about it. And then, sit and watch the championship at home. But to sit at center court would be something else too.
That would be next level.
Yeah.
Okay. with the
I
grains
hear you
of the
though.
game.
I hear you.
Oh yeah, no.
So
yeah. The lottery.
delivery person.
Okay,
I got you.
got it.
I got you.
All right, I'm in. But I mean, there's other sports like F1. There's you name it. There's lots of opportunity.
Yeah, I think that for me, it's what can we? I almost don't want to be overwhelmed either. Like
No.
we want to be able to handle what we get
Yes.
and deliver
Yes.
high end items. We don't want to just be rushing through stuff just to push it
No.
out the door.
Yeah.
We're a boutique.
Right.
We're a very unique boutique kind of business and a niche.
Yes. Well, and one of the things with business is as you start to see all the opportunities, right? Like the global expansion within hockey, all the different leagues, F1, everything else, tennis, you name it. There is always that risk as a business owner of I'm just going to go and get it all.
Right.
And yet you do risk losing what makes you so different and so unique. And yes, it's definitely the one-off, but it's also you. Like you are the Logan Sports Group, and it's a reflection of you, your brand, and the work that you do. So I am sure that there's moments where it's challenging to say, like, I really want to go running after this, but I need to pace myself.
Right. And Logan Sports Group is the company name, but I've got
Yes.
some great people behind me that, my
Awesome.
fabricator is, I think, one of the best in the world. He can take my ideas
Yes.
and make it kind of happen. My graphic designer takes my ideas and
Okay.
can put it on paper and can put it into design. But I do have to I'm the one that does the talking.
Yes.
I'm the salesperson. So at the end of the day, I don't want to kind of cheapen the brand by just rolling these things out like
No.
they're mass produced.
No.
We want to be able to work on a project, work on it on a timely kind of aspect, and get it out there to them where it's celebrated and like, wow, look at this thing. It's
Yes.
front page.
Yeah.
Because people haven't seen something like that, and that's part of the challenge is always coming up with something new,
That was going to be nice. Yeah.
new designs,
Yeah.
new creations that work with new milestones. There's one Major League Baseball is very set in its ways. It's it's an American pastime, and they like working with American businesses. That's and as a small Canadian company to be able to work with, we've now worked with 11 Major League Baseball teams. In creating kind of one-off things for different retirement, jersey number retirements with Atlanta and Philadelphia, and some a microphone for the Minnesota Twins, the Los Angeles Dodgers. There's some really cool stuff that we've gotten to do, but I want to do more. That's our off season too.
Right.
And we can kind of work on those projects heading into their season.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Cause that's the seasonality of all of it is also a bit challenging.
Yeah, and some teams don't plan either, right?
Okay.
we could have teams that reach out on a Thursday and say, "Hey, we want to present something on a Saturday." And one of the benefits I think that our business is, and the people I have working for me, is that they understand that, and we get it done. There's been many a night where we'll get an order at 6:30 on a Thursday, expectations that it's going to be in a certain city on a Saturday, presented by the owner. And they're like, we need this. No problem. And we'll lose a night of sleep. We'll work on it. We'll, get it all done. And then I'll jump on a plane and hand deliver it and sit and watch it be presented.
So good.
But that's the exciting part too.
Yes.
That we get challenged. I remember getting a phone call on a Friday afternoon by a general manager saying, I just realized we have somebody retiring on Monday, staff wise. And I want one of your silver sticks to present. They've been with the organization for 45 years.
Oh boy.
I'm like,
Eesh.
It's a long weekend.
Yeah.
Like we can't even courier. He goes, I'll see you here at 4:00.
Okay.
And I walked in his office with the stick and he was like, I knew you'd deliver.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because we love it.
Right.
It's my passion.
So good. You can totally sense your passion as well. Yes, it's amazing that you're able to do it. But there's also has to be a part of you that's super honored that people are entrusting you with such an important milestone. And that's probably not lost on you.
Never.
Never.
I mean, That's what drives us.
Yes.
Honestly, it's at the start of the year when we start looking at who's coming up on milestones. The whole process starts. The communication with the teams, the starting to design and kind of create. Okay. And I think that as we get close to it, it starts to become more personal because now you might interact with the player as well during that presentation.
Right.
And you get to meet maybe a parent or a sibling, and they tell you how important that career is meant to them.
So good.
Because those milestones are shared.
Yes.
A lot of the times. And that's why now on a red carpet or on a, center ice presentation, you have all those family members.
Right.
Especially, every sport is the same that, those players don't get to the level they are without community involvement. But hockey is that one where everybody kind of digs in a little more.
Yes.
The car rides, the summer camps, all that stuff.
Totally.
There's a lot of people in the crowd going, I was a little part of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I feel that too.
Yes.
We're proud of it. That's why we want it perfect.
You want it perfect. That's incredible. So throughout the last 21 years from that moment of, I've got an idea, I'm going to go and buy this bankrupt company, to now where you're thriving, what have you learned about yourself throughout the whole process that maybe you didn't know when you first started?
I think for me, it's always been not to be afraid of taking chances. For me, it was always, this is what I want. I'm going to go after it. I can't fail.
Okay.
And, 21 years later, there's still that fear. Every day, will the phone ring again? Will the email, will I get a new inbox notification? But you can't be afraid of going out and putting your name out there consistently.
Yes.
And showing the world that, hey, I'm here. I want to work with you.
Yes.
And that's what we do. Okay. So for me, it's trying new things. Things aren't going to work. Some things just won't. But, we've been very fortunate in a number of ways that it works, but it's because we keep throwing it against the wall.
Yeah. You're very creative. That's quite a talent.
Thank you.
I have an image of you like with a napkin going like to the graphic designer. Here's kind of what I'm thinking.
That's almost about what it is. Okay. It is, because my drawing skills are a lot of times people are like, I'm not seeing what you're trying to write down or like what you're drawing, and it'll be pretty rough. Right. And then, that's where his skill really comes in.
Which is amazing.
And we talk about it and we kind of work through the whole process of, this is what I'm envisioning. And a lot of times too, like, I'll go back through history and see what was, given out in the 1920s. Okay. The 1920s in sports was a fabulous time for, sponsors getting involved. I always think back to the New York Yankees. Okay. Seagram's gave out a crown to Babe Ruth for becoming the home run king.
Very
cool. And it had Seagram's 7 on it.
Okay.
But it was a early promotional item that they got on the front cover of every newspaper in America to celebrate their name, but they made this. Well, that still sits in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Cool. So where will our products sit? And where will they be displayed for eternity? Yeah. That's the hope. You talk to some players and they'll tell me all the time, oh, I've got it in my cottage. I've got it in my sports room. My father has it, for a silver stick. But then with some of the broadcasters, they'll be like, it sits on the corner of my desk. When somebody walks in my room, my office, I want them to see that.
Yes.
It's a really important thing to me about my career, because you're not just making an item.
No.
You're celebrating a career.
Yeah. That's amazing. That's quite an honor. So good. All right. My last question for you is, what would be your words of wisdom for the audience?
Keep trying.
Keep trying.
Keep trying. If you believe in yourself enough, just keep trying. Go after it. Yeah. Don't give up. It's hard.
Yes.
It's very hard. But you just have to keep trying. And if you believe in yourself enough, those early, those middle, those long-term, doubts will start to subside quite enough that you're able to build that career during that time. Because, there's going to be those moments where, it's off season or it's, the checks aren't coming in and you're like, uh-oh. And then all of a sudden, if you've put the work in, if you've filled that pipeline of opportunity, it will continue to come. So just don't give up, keep going.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking though. When you're like, we have a problem here. The
Yeah.
phone's not ringing.
Yeah.
And then, 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, here comes a deluge. Yeah.
Right.
It's a good thing. That's amazing. Well, it's amazing to see what you have created, and we will continue to watch all of the hockey games and say, look at that. There's the next milestone, and all of those sticks as well, and continue to watch as you grow this business. It's really quite an accomplishment, and I hope you do have a few moments every once in a while to sit back and celebrate and recognize what an impact you have had to those people who you've been part of their celebration, whether it's getting that signed stick as a fan that means the world to them, or it's the milestone stick or microphone, whatever it is. Like, you're really leaving an impact and a great memory. So congratulations for what you've built.
Thank you so much.
We're
ready for you at 1,000. When you get to 1,000 podcasts, we're ready for you. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. I'll see you in a few years.
All right. Well, let's do it.
Let's do it. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
Thanks.
Thank you for joining me today. Aaron is such a genuine man, and while we had just recently met, I felt like I'd known him forever. What he has built with the Logan Sports Group is nothing short of amazing. He keeps pushing himself to create impactful moments for athletes, teams, and their families. The sky's truly the limit for Aaron. If this story resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about, and be sure to subscribe so you can continue to hear more pivotal stories involving one question, one turning point, one powerful story. I'll see you next week with another guest on the Leslie Hawkins podcast.